Let's go live to Parramatta. We're joined by the outgoing Liberal MP for Parramatta and the Corrections Minister, Geoff Lee. Geoff, thanks for your time. Now, we just heard from these early numbers and analysis, so I know it's probably too early for you to concede it, but it looks like with your departure, Parramatta won't be held by the Liberals into the next term. Is that a shock to you? Did you think you were a chance of holding on?
Look, can I say Parramatta tends to be one of those marginal seats that are held by the government in power. It is obviously very disappointing with those initial figures coming through, but can I say that the pendulum swings both forward and back, and time is against us today. Today we've had you see our opposition, a mayor that's been campaigning for the last 2 years. We're probably, if anything, selecting a great candidate, but a little bit too late to get out into the community. And it is also very hard, as you probably know. I've been the member for 12 years, but trying to transfer that personal vote right to the new person is very difficult and really unknown.
Won it back in 2011. As the Liberals came to office tonight, you're retiring. Do you feel like it is the end of an era?
Oh, well, for me, it's an end of an era, can I say, but I couldn't be more proud of what we've delivered for Parramatta. If you remember, 12 years ago, Parramatta was that little second CB to Sydney. Now people talk about Parramatta. People choose to live and work in Parramatta. Record investment. We've got light rail, new stadium. We've got metro coming. We've got Powerhouse Museum. Billions of dollars, $7 billion, 12,000 public servants moved there. It's been the renaissance in the last decade of Parramatta. So I'll leave. Very sad tonight to say that I'm leaving, but really great to see some of those achievements, and I'll always be proud of those achievements. It's a great community who supported me for the last 12 years, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Geoff Lee, Andrew Clennell here. How are you? Just on that, I mentioned Parramatta before, and I did say it was a bit like that Monty Python sketch, What Have the Romans Done For Us? Because you have put stadium there, light rail there, motorway there, metro going there. I think you mentioned another project there. I mean, what do you have to do to hang on to a seat? And how much does your retirement, if this is a loss, contribute to that? Because I know Dominic Perrottet has felt the burden of all these MPs and ministers retiring and how it makes it so much harder in these seats. Why would people vote Labor when you've delivered so much for them?
I think there's a couple of reasons, Andrew. And firstly is that you can't just simply transfer any support that I have, and I'm grateful for that support the community has given me over the last decade. It's very hard to transfer it to the new candidate. Can I say that also people get used to you delivering? You know, when we're talking, if I were to make an announcement of 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, it hardly gets any mention even in the local news. You know, not many people would understand we're putting 800 million into revamping the Children's Hospital at Westmead. You know, we have major announcement. People get very used to what we're doing, and I think there's some complacency and think that that's what all governments do. But we remember back in 2010 when not much infrastructure was getting built, and it was a very different time. So I think people get used to it. It's hard to transfer, that personal following onto new candidates. But you can do what you can only be proud of what you achieved and point to the record in the past.